Okay, so if you ever wanted to discover a quick and easy way to get more email subscribers, then you're going to be really glad that you clicked on this video, because today I'm going to be giving you my 8 simple step strategy for growing your email list. Now, the reason that this is important is because growing your email list means that you're able to make more impact and pretty much make more sales, which is what we all want for our businesses, right? But before I get into all of that good stuff, if you're new here, my name is Jeanette and I'm the founder of the Women's Entrepreneurial Network. And this channel is all about providing you with the latest tips, strategies, and nuggets to help you launch, build, and grow your online business and make money online. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell if that sounds like a bit of your jam. Right, so there are a couple of things that you're going to need to have in place to be able to implement these strategies effectively. So you probably already know that it's important to have a good lead magnet and also a landing page to be able to actually get people to opt into your list. And this is definitely a prerequisite for actually using the majority of the strategies that I'm going to get into during this video. But if you don't already have a lead magnet or a landing page created, don't worry. All you need to do is head over to ChatGPT and then type in the following prompt that I'm going to put on screen now. And the prompt is compile a list of lead magnet ideas for, and then just enter in your business niche or industry. So for example, you want to put something like compile a list of lead magnet ideas for a nutrition coaching business. And what this is going to do is this is going to give you a list of potential lead magnet ideas that you could create that are going to attract your target audience. Right, so once you've actually generated your list, you're going to need to do a little bit of research before actually choosing the best idea that it's found for you. And once you've done that, what you're going to want to do is head over to something like Canva to actually go ahead and create something really awesome that your target audience are going to be able to find valuable. So something like a checklist or a cheat sheet is absolutely fine. So you don't need to do something that's going to take you too much time to create. You just need to create something that you know your target audience is going to find valuable, and it's going to be able to kind of give them some kind of quick win, right? To get to the next stage that they're trying to get to. And then once you've done that, check out ConvertKit to create your landing page. Now, for anyone who is not familiar with ConvertKit, ConvertKit is pretty much a super easy to use email marketing provider that enables you to manage your emails, to create landing pages, and to do quite a lot more stuff actually. So definitely get into it, have a look. I'll leave a link in the description. It's free to start, and literally it's so easy for you to use ConvertKit to set up your landing page, especially if you're not really tech savvy and you kind of just want to do this really quickly, because they have loads of templates that you can use, which is awesome. So again, I'll leave my affiliate link for ConvertKit in the description. Okay, so now we've got all the tech stuff out the way, let's jump in to how to actually grow your email list. Now, step 1 is to place an opt-in form on all your blog posts. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a call to action at the end of your blog post. So each blog post you create needs to have its own specific call to action. And this is pretty much because if someone is already engaging with your content, then asking them if they would like, more of your content or to receive more information of whenever you drop similar content is pretty much a no-brainer. You could even go one step further and actually create a lead magnet for each blog post. So this needs to pretty much relate to the specific piece of content that you're sharing in that post. And this should be something that is able to provide whoever is reading your blog post with the next natural step on what they could do to get a specific result. So for example, if the reader is reading an article that you wrote on, say, maintaining a healthy morning routine, then what you could do is actually create, say, a short 1-page checklist of a healthy morning routine that reader can kind of implement, which relates to the information that you have provided during your post. Okay, so let me just kind of break down even more what I mean by this. So, you'll do a how-to post, you'll do a step 1, a step 2, kind of like this video. So what I could potentially do is do a checklist from the key elements that I'm speaking about during this video that the person watching this video, so you, can actually download and implement to get the results that I'm speaking about, or to get the results that I'm kind of promising you're going to get from this video. And it works the exact same way with a blog post. So you would write your blog post out, you would list the steps that are involved in achieving some kind of result. So this works really well on how-to blog posts. And then you would literally just create some kind of checklist or something like that with the steps, maybe just giving a little bit more information on how to implement each step. And it's that simple. And you can add this to all your well-performing blog posts as a call to action for people to actually jump on your email list. So this is a really good strategy that, again, you can use to get those numbers up on your email list. And again, these contextual lead magnets don't have to be time consuming to create. As I said, it just needs to be something simple that helps the reader in some way. And a checklist is a really good resource that people generally love and that can add value, and that you can pretty much create in an hour or even less, right? So if you have a blog post that is getting a lot of traffic, or that people seem to be really interested in, then definitely consider adding a contextual lead magnet to it to try and get people to subscribe to your list. Okay, now for the next step. Step 2 is to use your website footer. So the footer of your website is a really good place to include a subscription form or an opt-in form. I'm going to link mine on screen now as we speak, because that's exactly what I've done. And I do get quite a fair bit of opt-ins from using this strategy. And although it undoubtedly does get a bit less frequently opted into by people because it's at the bottom of the website, it's definitely still one more place where you can surround your consumers with a subscription invitation without actually making them feel overwhelmed. Okay, so next up, step 3 is to use webinars and workshops. Now, one of the most effective ways to grow your email list is to run a webinar or run a workshop that you know your target audience are going to be interested in attending. So do some research on what potential customers are actually struggling with or what they need help with, and then provide a solution that's shared in that webinar or that workshop. So this is not only going to grow your email list, but it's also going to help you to grow your authority and give your audience the opportunity to connect with you and get to know you better on a much more personal level, which is then going to be able to help you build know, like, and trust. So this is definitely something that I do recommend as well. Now, what I don't want you to do is overthink this. Webinars can be used in a variety of ways. You can have a product demonstration and offer step-by-step visual trainings on how to do something. You could promote an upcoming product or service, or you could actually just educate people on something that they're currently struggling with, that they want to know more about, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so step 4 is guest posting and podcast interviews. So guest blog posting and podcast interviews simply mean being featured on someone else's blog or podcast. And this is preferably someone who has a more established brand than you do and a really good high number of followers. It doesn't have to be too high, mind you, just more than you have, or just a little bit maybe more authority or a little bit more experience than you have. And this is a great way for increasing your brand's exposure to new audiences. And it also helps you to build relationships with influencers in your niche. But most importantly, this is another great way for you to grow your email list. So when someone agrees to feature you on a blog or a podcast, you're going to need to make sure that you're sharing your lead magnet with the audience, as this is the whole point, right? And this should be something that you pre-agree with the podcast or blog host beforehand. Right, so moving on, step 5 is to use your email signature. So your email signature is another really good place that people don't utilize enough to easily make people aware of your lead magnet and get new signups. And this simply means adding a link with a call to action, which goes out to everyone that you send an email to, right? So obviously this is a say it and forget it type of thing, which we love the say it and forget it stuff. So yeah, definitely if you haven't done that yet, do it now. So what I'm going to do is just leave a link next to me of what this might look like. So this is definitely something that I currently do in my own business, and it just brings awareness. And if there is someone that hasn't subscribed to your email list that might be interested in downloading that lead magnet, or that might get value from that lead magnet, this is a good opportunity to kind of get them in the door so that you can then continue to send emails to them to nurture and to sell to them later on. And then step 6 is to add your landing page link to your social media bios. Now you can use apps like Linktree to create a customized bio that you can link to your social media accounts. And what this means is that instead of only adding one URL to your bio, you can actually add multiple links to promote and grow your business. Right, now step 7 is to use your YouTube video descriptions to grow your email list. Now, YouTube is another great place where you can actually utilize and get people to sign up for your email list by offering them some kind of freebie. When creating content, you always want to be putting on your business hat, and you always want to keep in mind that depending on your niche, your YouTube videos should really have a call to action in both the actual video and also in the description box, which gives you a great opportunity to kind of let people know about your free lead magnet or your free offer or community even, and invite them to sign up. And this works really well when the lead magnet that you're promoting specifically relates to the topic of your video. So this is similar to kind of adding a contextual lead magnet to your blog post, like I mentioned earlier. And this is in the sense that any incentives that you create should ideally provide your viewers with the next step that they can take to achieve some kind of quick win or some kind of specific result. And then lastly, the next step is to utilize Pinterest pins. So Pinterest is a visual search engine, and just like Google, you need to use relevant keywords in the image description for your images to actually rank higher and appear in people's searches. So to use Pinterest, all you need to do is head over to Canva and create captivating designs, or you could even head over to Etsy and buy ready-made done for you designs that you can then customize and use in your own business. So you would then just pin your designs to your own personal boards, as well as to any other boards that your target audience might be following. And then what you'll do is just link back to your landing page or to your website or to your offer using a URL. Right, so as you can see from these 8 strategies, it's actually pretty simple to increase your email list numbers when you're using the right tools and tactics. But what I want you to keep in mind is that growth takes both time and consistent action. So nothing that I've spoken about today is going to be something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to be something that's going to allow your email list to grow and develop literally over time, right? Also, don't feel like you need to implement everything that I've spoken about at once, because that's going to become very overwhelming, and that's something that is probably going to make you stop, right? And kind of make you stop taking action. And so just choose a couple of these things, like even just to begin with. What I would really suggest is just choosing maybe 2 or 3 strategies at a time. And then what you're going to want to do is just monitor how they're converting. So if you're using a strategy like, say, the blog opt-in strategy, or maybe the YouTube lead magnet strategy, and they're doing well, then what you're going to want to do is just keep doing them and just optimize them, make them do better. And if they're not doing well and you're not getting any signups, then just ditch them and keep it moving. But saying that, when you're using new strategies, try to give them the time that they need to actually work, right? So doing something for a week and not seeing results is not enough time for you to be able to capture enough data to see if that strategy is actually working for you. So again, just bear in mind, you're going to need to give each strategy enough time to see how it's performing and to see if it's worth kind of pursuing and continuing. And there you have it, my 8-step system to turbocharging your email list and pretty much supercharging your online business. So by implementing some of these strategies or all of these strategies, you're not just going to be expanding your email list, but you're also going to be laying the foundation for greater impact, more leads, and increased sales. But what I want you to remember again is that success isn't just about accumulating numbers, it's about building meaningful connections and delivering value to your audience. So as you sail through this journey of business growth, remember to stay focused on serving your audience, providing solutions to their pain points, and nurturing those relationships with authenticity and also with care, because that's essentially how you're going to build an audience or a network that really values the content that you put out, the services that you provide, and that are going to want to work with you and do business with you and kind of support you going forward. So if you found this video helpful in any way and want more insider tips and strategies to elevate your online business game, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Okay, until next time, keep hustling, keep innovating, and keep shining your light in the world. You have got this. Ciao.